Hey yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What's happening with you all? It's your boy Gold Phoenix in the flesh. Rise from the ashes and be blessed. You already know what it is. Listen up. Y'all know what this is? This is the charger for my camera batteries. I did not know what that thing was for the longest, but I found it today. So I guess that means I should probably start vlogging again, right? Well, that's what we're doing. But I am a little bit salty, I have to admit, because right as I decided I'm gonna film a video, you know, I got my tripod set up right in front of me and all that stuff, I get a phone call. Hey, your load's ready. Really? Now check this out. I'm in Beardstown, Illinois. For anyone who is familiar with Beardstown, Illinois, JBS is here, right? If you're familiar with JBS, you know they're notorious for taking forever when it comes to getting your loads ready, right? Well, check this out. The window ended yesterday night, 10 p.m., 10:01 at night. That was the time they were supposed to get the load ready. It is now 1800 a day later. How long have I been sitting here? I could tell you that right now. I arrived yesterday at 2:23 exactly. I've been sitting here this long, so the tension about to go crazy on it. But anyway, I'm finna French press some coffee, and I guess I'll go pick up the load, and this is just going to turn into a point of view video, driving, discussing the topic that I had in mind. So let's get to it. Yeah, you see the tripod already set up. Excuse me, I can't talk right now. But anyway, we French press coffee over here, right? You see that? Usually I would bloom it, but I ain't got time for that. So we're just gonna try to get the beans as saturated as possible, you feel me? Nice and slow, nice and slow. See the benefit to French pressing as opposed to using a Keurig. I think the flavor is a lot more complex. I think the coffee is just much more suitable for somebody like me, you feel? This might be the one that I'm gonna go for. Reason being, it records in 4K, has HDR, 15 to 50 millimeter, has interchangeable lenses, so I could put something like a 10 to 18 on there, which would give me a little wider angle compared to what this camera can do. This one maxes out at 1080p, 60 FPS. The one that I'm using right now is a Canon PowerShot, what's it called, G7X Mark II. I love this camera, but see, with the equipment that I work with, I think that, not even just I think, I want to utilize more of the power that I have at my disposal. Case in point, this computer, I bought this some time ago. This is a 14-inch MacBook Pro. It has the M1 Pro processor in it, the non-bin version of it, so it's missing no GPU cores. I think it has like a 14-core GPU, a 10-core CPU, some crazy, it's something ridiculous like that. And it's not even the most powerful version that you can get. But I know for a fact it'll absolutely shred through 4K video. So I've also acquired some more complicated editing software. It's called DaVinci Resolve, I think version 18.6. And I'll also have a version of it on my iPad too, just for convenience sake. And pull that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the interface right there. So it's a lot more complex than what I have been using. I've been using iMovie over the past few years. We need to step it up. So not even just for the sake of the channel, because I don't care that much. It's really for my own enjoyment. I only just recently got my monetization back, so I'm really not sweating it that much. Just add a little pizzazz to my daily life, you feel me? But it is hard running all day, then still finding time to do laundry and shower, and then kick back and edit, still get enough rest to run, you know. So I am trying to work on that a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. Coffee should be done by now. Big mistake a lot of people make with the French press, they push that plunger down a little too fast. Look, you see how slow I'm going? You see how I'm just easing into it, letting it breathe, take it easy. All right, you don't want to just go at it no lube, bro. Take it slow, let that thing marinate. You know what I'm saying? Put it in, pull back out, like, hey, whatever you gotta do, you know, hey, listen, You can't rush the process. You can't rush perfection. You can't rush. Look at that. Look at the darkness of the. Look at the richness of the caramelization. I'm just throwing words out now, but damn, like look at that. Look. Hold on. Let me put it up in the light like Simba. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. This is the best part. Let me grab a cup real quick. Hold on. Got a little honey in that joint. You feel me? Hold on. Look at that. Oh my God. Let me raise that up a little bit. Get all fancy on her. Yeah. All that. Yeah. Oh man, have I ever told you I have like a huge addiction to caffeine? Yeah, it's bad. Hold on. We're gonna slow it down a little bit. Grab the crema, because I like my coffee light skin. Look at that white chocolate mocha. Look at that. Look at the pour. Ooh. Hold up. Yeah. Damn it, I forgot a spoon. So the lot that I'm picking up at is a real dirty lot, you know what I'm saying? So we got the Jet Boots right here, you feel me? If you don't understand that reference I just said right there, you're not real, bro. Like I can't rock with you. You don't know about the Jet Boots, bro? Like y'all don't know where that's from? Let me turn that a little bit. Y'all know where that's from? Like for real? I thought you was real. Anyway, it's important, right, when you start your truck to crank it immediately. Do not wait for the lights to turn off on the dash. And then as soon as it starts, put it in gear and floor it. Just rev it as high as it'll. Don't wait for the oil to circulate or nothing. And if you believe anything I just said right there, you're a freaking fool and you deserve what's coming to you. Anyway, let's get up out of here. Finally loaded. I have a mountain freaking JBS bills that I'm trying to sort through because I have 2 stops on this load. So this is for, let's set that aside, let's set those aside. This is for stop number 1, that's 2, that looks to be 2, 1. So it's all for 1. Keep the envelopes over there. I have my second seal up here. Boom. Clip that. That's number 1. Second set. I'll leave these loose. That's for the first stop. And then I'll worry about those later. Excuse me if you can hear that in the background. It's freaking Sterling is live, so obviously I'm listening to that. Because you need entertainment out here on the road, right? You need a little bit of entertainment. Anyway, I'll hop back on here once I get to the interstate. This load is really heavy, so I need to scale. Wait for the check engine light to turn on. Let's get rolling. I know I'm decently heavy right now, so what I'm doing is scaling. I went to a cat scale. They had like a little off-brand scale not too far from the shipper, but I would much rather just cat scale it. Get what's known as a road condom, you see what I'm saying? Or at least make sure my weights are good. I had an instance trusting this stupid thing where it said I was at like 32,000, and that joint, you know, literally like I scaled at the terminal in Springfield and I was 35 and some change. So right now I don't know how well y'all can see that. I'm 33,240 on the drives, 32,560 on the trailer, 11,520 on the steer axle for a total of 77,320. So I'm not gonna pull up in a fuel island because I'm gonna use the bathroom while I'm here. There's plenty of parking spaces, so I'm not gonna be a butthead. I'm gonna go ahead and park. Use up all the space. Always use up as much space as you can. Don't make it any harder on yourself than it needs to be. Not to mention my tandems are all the way back in the 12 hole, so. You know what I'm saying? I'm the king of backing. I do this for real. Name me one driver who's backing better than me. I'll wait. Go ahead, lie. Go ahead, do it. Do it, I dare you. Now, getting into the topic I wanted to discuss, and it's using the right tool for the job. Using the right tool for the job. What am I getting at? Well, let's look into the perspective of what I've been doing over the past few years. Over the past few years, I've leased 2 trucks. I borrowed 2 also. So I borrowed a Freightliner, I borrowed a 2019 Peterbilt, I leased a 2020 International LT. That was the first truck I ever had. And then there's this one that I'm in right now, which is a 2023 Peterbilt 579. I got it when it was brand new. I custom ordered it, got all the emails, all the extra good stuff, you know, waiting for the delivery. Came out of Mexico, then it went to Denton, Texas. And, you know, it was a whole process getting this truck, and it was actually late when I got it. But here's the thing. I pull a reefer. Forgive me if you hear something's happening. I gotta figure out what that is, but I drive a reefer. Right now I'm 77,000 and some change pounds. This truck, 238 wheelbase, 455 horsepower, 1650 torque, Pack RMX 13. Say what you want about the PACCAR, the motor itself is not giving me any problems over the course of 210,000 miles so far. Maybe it will in the future, I don't know. What I do know is my experience with the engine has been relatively positive, and the issues I have had with this truck are either the APU or a little dumb electrical crap. And even that hasn't been a problem in a good while. Since the last time I really went to the dealership, I had, what, 80,000 miles on this thing? Something like that. So it's been relatively chill. The break-in period was the worst part about this truck. I'm starting to ramble a little bit. Here's my thing. I pull a reefer. It makes sense to have a truck like this. It made sense to have the International LT, you know, 228. It was like a 228 wheelbase, 450 horsepower. That thing had no torque at all. It was like a split torque type situation. So it was like 1550 to 1750, some weird nonsense like that. That thing couldn't pull a mountain for nothing. That being said, this truck has 264 rears, so it's not like I'm racing up a mountain either in this thing. But I will get to the top of it saving more money than the guy who has 308s, 360s, 355, 410s. That's the highest I ever saw, 410. And you pull a box. And then this is the point that I'm getting at. Choosing the wrong truck can put you out of business before you even get started. If you're fortunate enough to get something brand new, you might have a high payment. Like my payment on this truck is $11.17 a week. Say what you want, it's high. My fixed costs are like $1,300. I don't care. The point is, the wrong piece of equipment can put you out of business. It really can. Why on earth are you going to go out and get the W900 or the 389, which thankfully is about to go out of production? I know I'm about to offend somebody saying thankfully, but you know, screw your feelings. I don't care about it. Why would you go out and get something like that? 295 wheelbase, 310, and then pull a reefer. 355 rear rings, and then pull a drive-in. At what point point is it just about vanity? Truck drivers love to sit here and call themselves business owners and all this other stuff. Technically, I'm one too. I have an LLC, business account, all that good stuff. Yes, I get it. I understand. But are you in trucking to make money and support yourself and your family, or are you in it for vanity? Past a certain point, you really got to ask yourself and be honest with what it is that you want. You might be doing it for the wrong reasons. Did you go owner-op because you want the business aspect of things, you want the responsibility, you want that challenge? You know, you think you can manage yourself better than a company can? Or did you do it because you want to drive a fancy new Peterbilt, fancy new Kenworth? You got to really ask yourself these things, because I promise you, that answer right there will determine how long you last in this. I've caught a lot of heat over the years because of who I lease with. Everyone knows who I work for. I don't say their name for very specific reasons. It boils down to freedom of speech. I want to be able to say what I want when I want to, so I don't represent nobody. That's why I don't say it. But everyone knows who I work for. I've caught a lot of heat for that. You ain't making no money. For how would you know? You don't know what's going in my account. You don't know what I have. People do look at a lot of the fancy stuff that I do have and the nice things I'm able to do for myself. Would I be able to do that if I didn't have money? Or if I wasn't making any? Does that actually make sense? You know, I was taught to believe that if you do what you're supposed to do out here, there's no reason you wouldn't be able to treat yourself well. So I treat myself well. That's just what it is. But a lot of why I'm able to do that is because my truck makes sense. Even though, you know, some people would argue you should have got a Freightliner and all this. Yeah, to each their own. I'm not a Freightliner guy. I don't really care for them. I understand, yeah, bigger shop network. What? I hated every second of driving one when I did have one. I didn't like it. Steering felt too loosey-goosey. Road, like, the suspension felt like it was made out of cinder blocks. It was just, I couldn't do it. At the same time, though, those trucks make a lot of sense depending on application. So pulling a reefer, pulling a dry van, hell, maybe a flatbed, it makes more sense than a 389 does. It makes more sense than a W900, W990, hell, a 567. Basically what I'm getting at is everything has its place. Every tool has its use. Getting a 389 stretched out with a turned up motor, having 565, 605 horses, you know, the most 2050 torque, 1850, all this extra stuff. It's like using a sledgehammer as a screwdriver. It just doesn't make sense to me. Can you accomplish the same thing? Yeah, the nail got into the hole, but at what cost? Is it really worth the vanity? That's what I'm not understanding. Then these same people, I know y'all see my phone lighting up, some freaking wireless charger acting stupid. Then these same people, when they go out of business, be upset like the industry did something wrong. You can't make money. I'm not hauling nothing under $2 a mile. First off, look, the load I'm on right now is $2.76 a mile, or $2.75 actually. And the rate's gonna go up because they took so long to get it loaded. So I'll double check what I'm being paid for that. It's only gonna go up. It's worth my time. But at the same time, this truck will get me going across this terrain, this flat terrain, easily over 9 mpg. Easy. So if I'm getting 9 mpg and I'm pulling that rate versus you doing the same rate and you're getting, we'll say 5.5, maybe 6. National fuel surcharge is calculated at what, 6 mpg, 7? At least it's 7 mpg at my company, so as long as I stay over 7 mpg, 9 out of 10 times I make money on the fuel. I average high 8s, low 9s. Sometimes higher than that, depending on how heavy I am. Like, come on, dude, it just makes sense. At the end of the day, as much as I love this industry, I love what I do for a living, I love waking up somewhere new every day, I like the mystery, I wouldn't say the stress, no one likes being stressed out, but you know, I enjoy the challenge that truck driving really is. regardless of who I work for or anything like that. I do enjoy it. But I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't make money. So if I'm in this to make money, then I'm gonna try my best to maximize every dime that I can. How do I do that? Well, I drive something fuel efficient. I drive something relatively reliable, under warranty if you can help it. Say what you want. Like I said, a lot of people hit on the PACCAR motors or whatever. I've had a good experience with it, so I don't really care how they feel about it. I'm in it to make money. Profit isn't what you're not spending. So if I could reduce my costs by, I don't know, not burning a ton of fuel, then I'm gonna do that. I don't need to be the fastest on the road. I don't need to be the coolest, the flyest, the highest, none of that. I don't need to have the most lights, nothing. I just need to be able to get from point A to point B as efficiently as possible, so I can continue keeping the money in my pocket. And that's basically all I have to say about that. Anyway, I have 331 miles to my first stop. I'm still waiting for the appointment to reschedule, because like I said, they were late getting this load ready. I was there, well, way earlier than I needed to be. And they were about 16 hours late, so I ate into the appointment time for the first delivery. Which, of course, is gonna mean I'm gonna have to reschedule for the second anyway, because I'm going to Pittsburgh, or Imperial, just outside of Pittsburgh. So either way it goes, be happy, stay blessed. Don't be afraid to make drastic changes in your life. It might end up being the best decision you ever made. I am the one and only, the legendary, the most prestigious Gold Phoenix. And I'm out.